What's up? What's up? All right, let me see. I have a couple of things that I need to make sure. Let's see. Not working. There it is. Okay, perfect. And then I wanted to check this. Oh, unmute. Not coming in. Still not coming in. Okay, give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. We'll kind of officially start in a hot second. Audio output. Let me check one thing. Oh, there it is. I want to make sure that I'm not. Okay, checking. Jesus. Checking. I'm gonna still check.
Please welcome to the
Sorry,
stage
guys.
the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
I was obviously watching this shit to talk about today, because, boy, do we got a lot. We got a lot. All right. I'm gonna tone this down just a smidge.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife.
Damn, like, this shit's loud as balls. Okay, hold on. Which...
Thank my lucky stars to be living here today.
All right, now we're doing a mic check.
Stands for freedom, and they can't take that away.
Beautiful. This is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire existence. God, I am not proud. I have not been proud. Ever. Oh shit, hold on. Hold on, we're gonna... Look at that. Look at that. Just beautiful. Perfectly in that little box. All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome in. My name's Jenna Say What. I'm going to be doing goth chick with the fucking news because the news is sad and so am I. So I'm not sad. It's fine. Oh my god. So yeah, let me see if it comes through on that, because I do need to listen to it. Where is it coming through? Hey, Abby. Okay, perfect. Oh, I probably should check the audio on this too. Hey, Abby, how's my audio sound? You might get to it before I do. Look at this fucking coward. He backpedaled on giving Ukraine weapons. So, hey, yo, that makes me happy. Okay, let me...
To the hills of Tennessee. across the plains of Texas.
Beautiful. This dude is getting his fucking payday. Can I just say that? This fucking bless the USA dude. He is just raking in the small amounts of money that Trump is given to him. Okay, this was not the one. It was this one. This one. Jesus Christ. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. There's a lot that was like, Those are not tears. There's no tears. There's no tears. And I shouldn't tell people how to like mourn, but like I've cried hard. I was inconsolable when friends of mine died or whenever my cats had passed away. Like, fucking inconsolable. And I was just like, and that was me on, like, what is it? Anti-anxiety med, like, whatever, like Xanax, that's it. And that was me on Xanax. Something doesn't smell right, just saying. So anyways, Jimmy Kimmel canceled, brought back, but apparently, some stations will not be airing him during his spot, even though. So I canceled my Hulu. I'm not bringing it back because $12 a month is still $12 a month that I can save and not spend on a company that, you know, wanted Jimmy Kimmel to give Charlie Kirk's wife more money. Love that for her. She's like $5 billion plus. And this, oh my God, this bitch did a fundraiser for him. She's a millionaire. She was a millionaire on her own before she got married to Charlie Kirk. She was a model for Trump, which that seems a little sus. Seems a little weird. And we'll go into that too. Once we get into the video of her or whatever. I just have to get to that point. But yeah, the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing, I guess, is he's now kind of back or so. But I still don't trust it. I won't trust it until he, like, goes off the rails and is like, fuck you. Like, kind of what Stephen Colbert did and is just like, get out of here with that. That's what I'm waiting for, is, like, for the moment where he just, like, speaks his mind about all of this. Because what they were doing was so fucking illegal, telling him that he needs to donate to his widow and then donate to Turning Point. Neither one of them need any money, period. They need less money. But I am starting to enjoy that people are having the conversation that I've had with people for a very long time, and I've been side-eyed by it, which is that I think the Christian faith is such a negative on our society because we have so many people using it as like an actual weapon against other people. And so at this point, I just, sayonara Christianity. I'll see you later, bitch. It's what you get for doing the Spanish Inquisition. I don't know, driving the snakes out of Scotland. Sincerely, a pissed off witch. Like, what's that, my gods? What's that? God's fake. No. I believe that he probably exists, and I believe that he fucking hates everybody. You know what? I believe that the rapture probably would have happened today, but all y'all motherfuckers are so shitty that you didn't get raptured, so. Stuck down here with the godless heathen, well, the godful heathens. I have multiples, so. Not a godless, godful heathen. So, Leia, how are you doing? Yeah. I truthfully I'm really enjoying these conversations that I'm starting to hear people say Fuck yeah, you survived the dentist? Hell yeah. I'm the weird person. I'm the psychopath that loves the dentist. I love going to the dentist. Getting my teeth pulled was like nothing, and I was awake for it. Getting my root canal was nothing. I did that no problem. Like, I understand why people are freaked out by it, but I'm the weird one that's like, yay, the dentist! This is great. After, like, having so much fucking metal in my mouth to fix my back tooth, that never got fixed. So, the dentist just kept putting more and more metal in my mouth and not braces. And so at some point I looked at my mom because the guy was like, we have to do one more thing before we do braces. And I looked at her and I was like, I'm done. And my mom looks at me and she goes, do you not, you're good? And I was like, yeah, this is too much. And I said it right in front of the dentist. I was like, shouldn't I have been in braces by this point? And he's like, well, and I was like, no, I don't care enough. Let's go, Mom. And then anytime I go to you tolerate going to the dentist? I like going to hospitals too, but that's because I worked in hospitals. So like I have really fond memories. Like whenever I worked in the midnight shift, my standard operating night, you know, because I was the only one for the most part, like for my first hospital, and then my second hospital I wasn't, but for my first hospital, the only person on midnight shift. And I would always hit up the like the maternity ward at the very end of the night, which you had to do anyways, but I would always try to get at least like one maternity ward so I could go into their area, grab a chocolate milk and cookies, and then head back downstairs into the lab and just sit there and snack on my cookies and milk. Like that was literally like my end of the night everything. And then before I left wherever I was working in Illinois, whenever I would leave for the end of my shift, I would always stop by our food court because like our food was actually really fucking good. And I'd always get breakfast. I'd sit in my car, especially in the wintertime, as my car is warming, and I would eat my breakfast and then go back home and pass the fuck out because that was like at 8 a.m. and I was exhausted. I miss the hospital, working in the hospital sometimes, but other times I really don't miss it at all. Oh man, but I do like going to the hospital. And like the smells and everything, they just kind of calm me. I guess because I worked in hospitals for so long that I'm just like, oh yeah, this is nice. I love it here. Yep, every morning I had a routine. That was my end of the night shift, and like truth be told, like you were supposed to not go and steal the patients, like, you know, the stash for the patients or whatever, but it was midnight shift, it's fine. Midnight shift, so if you are familiar with the TV show Scrubs, midnight shift is the Scrubs time period. Like everything that happens on Scrubs, that kind of shit happens midnight shift. No other shift gets that level of chaos. It's only midnight shift. We would do like crazy shit at night, like because we're bored, everybody's asleep or whatever. Like we would, like there was one time where we had our, you know, we always had our pagers on us, or like work phones, and it like snowed really bad. So a bunch of us went outside, like we had our phones on us. And we all played in the snow and shit and like threw snowballs and whatnot. And I was like, you know, I could pack one of these with some needles because like I'm a phlebotomist. And they were like, don't you fucking dare, you psycho. And I was like, it's like, like stab. But I wouldn't have done that. But I was like, yo, I could. And they're like, don't do it. But like also the hospital is like, we're a little wacky. We're a little wild on midnight shift. And we're a little wacky and wild in the hospitals just in general. You kind of have to be. You have to have some weirdness to you to work in the hospitals, for sure. Because we all have like a really morbid sense of humor. I mean, we see death all the time, so I guess you kind of have to. So I've always had like a very morbid sense of humor because of the fact that like grew up constantly surrounded by people passing away. Like, my area was just constantly, like, friends of mine were passing away, family, like, that area was, like, just riddled with death. And then hospital work, and, yeah. Craziness. Crazy. Let's see. Oh, yeah, as you know, wasn't here yesterday. I did dinner with a friend, Abby from Figure Fight Club. I got my nails redone. I'm digging them. She wanted them to be like marbleized and fall colors, and I think that they are. But I think from afar, they kind of look either bloody or like veiny, which I really love because it looks like I have skin nails. And it's freaky, and I love it. I don't think that she meant for that, and I think that any other girl that is, like, you know, prissy or whatever would probably look at these nails and be like, from afar, they look like veins. And I'm like, yeah, they look like fucking veins, bitch. All right, Abby, I'll see you in a few hours. Parents worked in the hospital. Yeah, so you know exactly. We're so weird. We're a weird bunch. They look more on the bloody side. Yeah. Hey, Geek, how are you doing? I have to figure out what I'm going to do nail-wise come October. I have no idea what I want to do for it. But I want to do some spooky nails. Because that might be the last time I'm going to go get my nails done. Because I am out of a job next month. But we'll see. We'll see. I might go back to her. But I kind of want to learn how to do them myself if I absolutely can. And then, I know I posted on my stories, but I broke this nail. And I've never had long nails. I've always had short, stumpy nails that I've bit down past the quick. I'm not a southerner, but, like, bless her heart. Bless her heart, because she saw that I told her, I was like, this nail broke, so like let's do because there was like a bunch of very obvious like kind of cis looking white women, like a lot of them, and I was like, I'm not gonna say this too loud because I don't want to like stir some shit, and I was like, and they were kids, so I was also like, they're gonna give me shit for it if I say like, I need lesbian nails. And I told her, I was like, my girlfriend would really love it if I just, like, let's just cut this one down like this one and keep those short for right now. And she goes, no. And I was like, no, like, and she's like, okay, so do you want to cut them all down short? And I was like, no. I want you to cut these two short and then all of these keep the same length. And she's like, so all the same length. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, we're going to put a fake one on there. And I was like, sure, fuck it. Like, funny enough, my girlfriend goes to the same nail tech. And I sat there thinking, I was like, oh my God. If only. But she put this fake one on. And as I went to go pick something up, I was like, ew. Oh my God, it feels like if anyone here has had like a cap on their tooth, because I had a root canal, so I have a fake tooth on this side, like the very back, right? It feels like that. So whenever I go to pick something up, it like picking things up with this nail feels fake. Like, it's so weird. It's weird. And so like, I don't know. It's just very weird. I'm not sure on the spooky color. I kind of want to do like white, like vampire gothic nails, like white, and then have like black or blood on it. I kind of want to bring her like the blood that I have. That's like, what do you call it? The perma blood, which is what most haunt actors use to like put on our weapons and whatever. To make it look like it's still wet in whatever. But I really want to see if she can use it. And I'll be like, this is alcohol based, so I don't know if you can coat on top of it and it'll work. But it would be pretty rad if she could like dip my nails in the perma blood, and that would be how we'd keep it. But she's probably gonna fight me on it, and I really don't have. I'm gonna be honest. She's very like mother. She's giving mother, and I don't have it in me to defy her. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like because I'm the fucking worst whenever I get my nails done. Like, I'm half tempted to record me because the amount of times that she's like, this, like, she has to move my arm for me because I'm so fucking inept. Whenever she's doing my thumbs, I'm like, I'll set it like this and like have my arm tight, and she's like, and she like grabs at me and she's like moves me, and she has every right to do that. She has every right to do that because by this point I should know, but my body doesn't want to do what I'm asking it to do. Like recently, like because my nails are like long for my work laptop, I have to type weird, and sometimes this my ring finger gets locked, and I'm like, I can't move my fucking finger, and I have to be like, there we go, she moved now. Oh, now she's stuck like this, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? Hey Riles, thanks for coming over from the other one. But yeah, such a wild little excursion. I told Riles about it. I was like, she wouldn't let me have lesbian nails. She was like, so all long or all short? And I'm like, fuck. Just all long, mother. Just all long. I don't have it in me to say no. Just do whatever. So yeah, doing the news. I am like real far behind, so I'm gonna be a couple of days kind of behind on newscasting and whatnot. I have the memorial service, like some of the things up and going. But I don't know if you guys saw it. Pentagon is now requiring that all certified journalists sign a pledge so they won't gather any information, even unclassified, that hasn't been expressly authorized for release. And they're going to revoke any press credentials of anyone who does not obey. Where's that obey sign? So this is incredibly bad for independent journalism. And if things like this had been around back in the day, if they did this shit, then JFK's Bay of Pigs wouldn't have came out. The Johnson administration's lies during the Vietnam War, or John Hersey's groundbreaking New York report about the aftermath of the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima. So, like, all of these things are so incredibly bad. So, like, independent journalism is super important right now. I'm gonna start actually getting in touch with, like, local political figures and see if I can, like, get some, like, anything really. Just, yeah, state-run media, how normal. Gay nails for all! Gay nails for all! Cut these little... Actually, it would be these two. So my nail broke the wrong way. It's these that need to go, but this one broke apart. I think that this nail is trying to break. I think that my middle finger on this side is trying to break, and I'm going to try it again with her. If it does, I'll be like, cut these two short? Just these two? Or just cut them both and be like, oh no, just keep them like this. Like this. Just like this. Leave them alone. Leave them alone! But yeah, I'm gonna try and get a little bit, you know, more in the sphere once I'm, like, doing, like, more of this for like, a full-time sort of gig. But yeah, I definitely want to continue doing reporting, and I'll be, you know, doing a lot more research during the day, having, like, clips up and whatnot. Oh, speaking of which, that's actually a good point. I was like, there's a video that pissed me the fuck off. And I was like, I know what he means by it, and I know he probably means well. But Valenti Video, he posted a like a video, like a YouTube video on everything that's going on right now, and he said something, and I was like, no, honey, how very privileged of you. And I'm gonna find it because, like, I didn't know if I was gonna actually have the time to get into this. Let me find it. I know I said what time period it was on. Let me grab it. Let me grab it real fast. Because I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Whenever he said this, I was like, yuck. I don't like this. Let's see. Yep. 28:43. Got it. Thanks, past me. 28:43. Okay, so he was basically talking about how Alex Jones is starting to question on whether or not Charlie Kirk's wife is involved in his death, which personally, yeah, I think so. Without a, like, in my head, for me personally, I think that she had a very large hand in it if she didn't call the hit herself. But I digress. So jump scare where I have fucking what's his face? Let me
Same guy who said that the
here we go. Jump scare.
That school shooting, that they were all crisis actors and that it didn't fucking happen.
I talked to the White House 2 days ago.
So let me.
They said, no, the cover-ups on all the accomplices, the Trantifa people, 6 of them.
Trantifa is crazy. I don't know if you guys know this, but Trantifa is
so this
actually
part.
the new meta. They're. I mean, literally, there's leaks coming out that Trump is about to label all trans people in the United States as violent extremists. I don't mean to scare my trans viewers. I know we have a lot of trans viewers in here. You need to learn how to live in secret. I'm sorry. You need to go back in the closet.
How incredibly privileged of him to say so. You know why? Because here's the thing. Internet right now is forever. Coming from someone who did corn back in the early 2000s, the internet is forever. So how very fucking privileged of you to say that we need to go back in the fucking closet. Because here's the thing. We can't erase our footsteps on the internet. We can't erase the fact that we might look in the middle of genders because we are currently in the process of gender reassignment. So how fucking privileged for a man that, I'm going to say it, for a man that looks darker than me, and I know he's Italian, his name, everything, I know he's Italian. You're not, that's like me asking him to whiten his skin because he looks a little too brown. You know what I mean? It's the same fucking thing. So how very fucking privileged, and it's bothered me because I started following him because he reminds me a little bit of like the way that I do my streams. And I was like, how very fucking privileged for someone to assume that you can just go back in the closet. Fuck you. You can't. You can't just do that. Everything is online. If you go in to Facebook and you download your whole Facebook page and all your messages and all your emails and all the things that are on there, which is what they can do, that's going to be enough for them. That it doesn't, like, you're asking us to do something that A, we don't fucking want to do, and then B, it's impossible So how very fucking white male privileged that comment was. And it pissed me the fuck off because I was like, wow. Because he's like, oh, I have trans people in my life. Well, then you should fucking listen to them, because there were comments on there that I was watching that was like, wow, or like, no. And I, you know, it's a hard time anyways. Like, I'm incredibly lucky. I was, you know, like, I fall in the trans umbrella, but I can hide. But I'm not gonna pretend to be something that I'm not. And I'm going to put myself on the front lines, because the bigger target on my back means the less targets on everybody else. That's in my humble opinion. Because I'm loud as fuck, and I typically, if you have to run against me, typically that's a whole day thing that you have to deal with. And for me, that's 15 minutes of my day, because I'm a loud mouth. So ask any of my enemies or exes. Ask any of them. I'm a problem. So get the fuck out, dude. Like, that pissed me off so bad. I stopped watching it. I was like, done. I'm out. I'm still following him because, like, there are quite a lot of things, but I wanted to say that online and be like, you know what, dude? How fucking privileged. Fuck you. Seriously. Everything else so far, pretty similar. Pretty similar. But check your privilege at the door, my guy. Check your privilege at the door. Because we can't pretend. Just like you can't pretend. The amount of times that I've seen Italian friends of mine that look Italian get mistaken for Hispanic, dude, you're just as in trouble, okay? Just as in trouble as we are. Like, that was my hot take. I had to say it because I was so fucking angry whenever I saw that. And I was like, dude, you need to check that privilege, because you're in trouble too. I want you to be aware of that. You're in trouble too. Because I'll be in the same camp as you, because they're going to mistake you. And then they're going to be like, oh, also you're a liberal. Bye. Like, so we'll see each other in the camp, my brother in Christ. And I'll be like, wow, I try to hide in the closet. Look at that. I won't, but I would lie straight to his face about that. I'd be like, how do you feel now, bitch? Like, but I felt so bad for, like, anybody that's trans that was in his live that heard that. Because the thing is the first Pride was a fucking riot. We're not weak. We're the LGBTQIA community. If we bind together, because there is a lot of anti-trans shit going on in the LGBTQ, which we need to stop fucking doing that for real, because whenever we're all in the camps, bitch. If we stand 10 toes down together, we're going to be able to continue fighting for longer. So we don't need to hear you or anyone else say that we need to go back in the fucking closet. It just makes me so mad, because I'm like, I would rather not put myself back. Like, and then, again, all you have to do is just go on someone's Facebook. They download everything from your Facebook, or check the, you know, whatever. It's going to be like, oh, talking about your transition, talking about, you know, going on hormones, having the trans flag, having a pride flag. It's not going to go away. The same thing is like my corn that's out there from the early 2000s. She's still going to be out there until after I die, babes. People are going to be spanking it to me past my death day. So, like, internet's forever, baby. Yeah, someone's identity is not up for debate or hiding. Exactly. And I think even now more than ever, and I think that what he was trying to say is that he was trying to be like, you know, as for safety purposes, but the thing is it's not. We're already there. Unless you are in the closet still right now and you've never came out and you feel it's safer to stay in the closet, do that. Do that, babes. We get it. We understand. I remember Matthew Shepard. You know what I mean? Like, if you are comfortable doing that and that's the way that you need to be, then do that. Do whatever you can. But if you're already out, it's too late, babes. It's too fucking late for us to run back in. Even if you wanted to. So now it's time to stand 10 fucking toes down and we march forward. And we march for change. And we bitch to our reps, even if they're on the opposite side of us. We call them. We message them. We get up in their ass to get this change. The Republicans right now in the House aren't even listening. Mike Johnson has said specifically, no one is to talk to the Democrats. What America is that? Oh yes, right. We're not in democracy anymore. We're not in democracy land. So it just, there is no going back in the closet. That closet locked after we came out. That's how it is. It's just not for debate. So that was my MAGA Charlie Kirk Memorial. Broke Grindr. Speaking of, Shane, you are 100% right. Yes, Grindr went down at Kirk's memorial. Further proving that all of that side is closeted AF. They're all closeted. They're all closeted. The whole lot of them. They're at bare minimum bisexual. Every single one of them. At bare minimum. They're bisexual. So, listen, bros, keep getting on that Grindr. We're gonna figure it out. That I really truthfully wish that Grindr would release all those names at this point. And what's even crazier to me is currently there is a bill, Minnesota bill. Let me see if I can remember it. Yes, I can. 4938. Minnesota bill 4938 is an anti-corn bill that is geared towards stripping the state of being able to use VPNs, which bye-bye at-home workers, see ya, because that's what they use to get online is a VPN, so it's safe. But, you know, obviously the bill's probably not going to pass because of that measure. However, they will reintroduce that bill and only have the porn in there. This covers all things, including manga. So when I posted a while ago, all these anti-corn bills, they're coming for your anime titties. They're coming. Guess what? This is it. This is the bill that they're introducing in one state to start stripping every state of that. And they're including books in that. And they're including trans in that. And all this other shit. So, like, let me get it. House Bill 4938. Look at that. I had that shit right. Anyways. Let's see. A bill to prohibit the distribution of certain material on the internet that corrupts the public morals and prescribe penalties to prescribe civil action or civil sanctions to regulate commercial entities, to provide for the powers and duties of certain state and local government officials and entities, to create certain funds, and to provide for the distribution of money from certain funds. The people of the state of Michigan enact Section 1. This act may be cited as the Anti-Corruption of Public Morals Act. Section 2. As used in this act, circumvent tools means any software, hardware, or service designed to bypass internet filtering mechanisms or content restrictions, including virtual private networks, proxy servers, and encrypted tunnel methods to evade content restrictions, like going to Pornhub. Yes, your hentai is on the chopping block. As I've always said, listen to sex workers. We're always the first ones on the chopping block. Okay, Section 2, Part B, commercial entity means any business, institution, government facility, nonprofit, or digital service, public or private, that provides access to, hosts, sells, or otherwise handles content intended for users or general public. Section C, distribute, means provide, share, transmit, publish, circulate, exhibit, sell, or make available any way online, whether by device, via peer-to-peer, broadcasting, or streaming methods. So any of the porn back and forth groups on various websites and things like that, like on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, or if you subscribe to someone's personal Snapchat because they do lewds on there, though that's what would be considered peer-to-peer. So if you buy from me through like like even just email, and I send, you send me money, I send you photos, that would be considered peer-to-peer. Section D, internet service provider, means any entity that provides consumers with internet access and must enforce content filtering under this act. Here we go. Here's some of the meat and potatoes. Section E, pornographic material, including any content, digital, streamed, or otherwise distributed on the internet, the primary purpose of which is to sexually arouse or gratify, including videos, erotica, magazines, stories, manga, material generated by artificial intelligence, live feed, or sound clips. That is literally everything. That is almost all of, that is basically my entire income gone. Which if they think that that's going to stop it, they're out of their fucking minds. Now section F, prohibited materials, mean except as provided in subparagraph II, material that is common law, was not protected by adopted of the First Amendment, which the thing is porn and things like that are technically covered under the First Amendment, but technically not. It is a very gray area that they have been trying to push and do whatever. Any depiction or description or simulation, whether real, animated, digitally generated, written, or auditory, of sexual acts that include the following: vaginal or anal intercourse, fellatio or cunnilingus, masturbation, ejaculation, or orgasm, which most men don't know what that looks like anyways, penetration with sexual device, group sex, bondage, domination, sadomasochism, which means that any of you motherfuckers that take photos of shibari, bye-bye. Shibari's gone. See you later, bitch. Acts involving bodily fluids for sexual arousal. And by the way, if you think that this will not include things like conventions, things like that, all of those conventions, like there are like a ex erotica or whatever, or any of the this can even, like, I would even say they'll stretch into the cosplay conventions. So I want all of you cosplayers to fucking pay attention and say that you don't want this shit, because this is going to affect you. This is going to affect your reading, your manga, your anime, your cons, everything. It's going to affect everything. And if you are not paying the fuck attention, you're out of your fucking mind. Anyways, continuing on. Animated virtual, here we go. Erotic, autonomous, sensory, meridian response content, moaning, sensual voice content. So sensual voice content can be extended into ASMR. Hey, ASMR babes, get on board. See what they're doing. Animated virtual or sexual activity generated by artificial intelligence. I'm okay with that. See, every now and then it'll be like, oh yeah, but no, fuck all this. Depictions of characters acting or resembling minors in any sexual context. I agree with that. But I think that's the only two parts that I'm like, okay, sure. But any other pornographic material. What the fuck does that mean? So let's see. Here we go. Now this is where people of, like, I would say even drag queens are probably in this, but trans people for sure. Depiction, description, or simulation, whether real, animated, digital generated, written, or auditory, that includes a disconnection between biology and gender by an individual of one biological sex imitating, depicting, or representing himself or herself to be the other biological sex by means of combination of attire, cosmetology, prosthetics, or having a reproductive nature contrary to the individual's biological sex. That is cosplay too, you stupid bastards. Listen to this. Read this shit. This all encompasses all of us. All of us. Yes, it is designed to disrupt LGBTQ lives, but this is also designed to use, because the thing is that all of this could pass based off of the anti-sex work legislation. And people, I need you guys to understand that anti-porn, anti-corn legislation hurts all of us. Every single one of us, it hurts. And yet, no one listens to sex workers. I believe firmly that we are literally the first canaries in the coal mines to screech out and die. Because shit like this, it's under the guise of it. And I bet none of you guys knew how bad this stuff was, or even if you had a clue as to what this bill was. I know some of you did because you guys watch my stories and you probably took a look at it and was like, oh shit. But this is the, like, pun intended, fuck it, pun intended. All of you guys are paying attention to the front door, and the sex workers, we're paying attention to the back door, baby. We're trying to keep people from coming inside as hard as they can and punching through, okay? Turn around and look at the sex workers. We're trying to, this door is starting to bulge, baby. We don't want them coming in the back door. Let's barricade the back door, because this legislation is the back door. Because no one knows about it, because it's under the guise of anti-corn legislation. Yeah, sex workers and comedians. But the thing is like, this isn't very open. This material right here, this legislation is not known to everyone. And yeah, you may say, oh, it's not going to pass. Guess what? Parts of it won't pass. But I guarantee you, everything else in this bill, the VPN thing, that's going to be the only thing that they'll pull. That's it. Everything else in this bill could and would and might pass. And we can't risk it. We can't roll that dice on this. Because if this goes through, we're all screwed. And all of you that are paying attention to that front door and that legislation that's coming at us, by the time that you realize it's already, the monster's already in the fucking house and taking out everyone from behind. So get on board. Get on board. Peer reviewed, like, let's see. Now I did that, but I'm gonna probably link this in the description on YouTube of the video. Where to find this legislation. It is only 8 pages, guys. It is a pretty chill read. There's not a whole lot that, you know, it's not like a million pages. I was able to read through it. It's going after everything. It's going after everything. And if you think that this is going to stop, if that's going, it's going to go into convention space. It's going to go into cosplay. It's going to go into everything. So if you're not paying attention, I am begging you guys to check this, to look at it, to realize that this legislation will come for all of us. It's going to come for all of us. It's not just sex workers on this. Your smut books, gone. You like reading erotica? Guess what? Gone. It's gone. You will not be able to buy it. If you try to purchase it from like online to ship to you, they will stop it. Because they will put a thing on there that says we cannot service your specific address. So you will not be able to get that. And if you think that they won't take it off the shelves, they will. It's going to be gone. I would even venture to say that they would even take the Twilight books down because they have like sex scenes in them. So when I say listen to sex workers, that's what I mean. And like, I feel like no one's talking about this. And I'm just begging I have like reached out to so many content creators and was like, please cover this. And not a fucking one of them are covering it. So I decided to do this. And I'm planning on making like a more in-depth video about like sex worker legislation and that we need to start getting more information out there to negate all of these things. Yeah, you would censorship is at an all-time high, and they really should remove the Bible as well from that. And that's the thing that they've came across is like there's some book bans. I think it was Texas. They unintentionally like ban the Bible because it hits all the same points. And so without like having this kind of legislation, it would be, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's one of those things like we cannot allow this to pass. We can't. It's going to be really, really bad for each of us, for every single one of us. I just like touch my eye. But yeah, it's going to be really bad for each and every one of us. And it's going to be anime. It's going to be everything. You're going to open up your Netflix and things aren't going to be there. Because it's going to be that too. The Bible is smut and the Old Testament has more than one God in it. Yep. So anyways, that was my long ass rant about that situation.
For your own fucking sake.
Oh, my bad. Whoops. Let's delete that. All right, let's go on. Let's move on as I am pretty much done doing my like anger thing about House Bill 4938 for Michigan House Bill 4938. All right, anyways, let's see. I was going to go through some stuff. Okay, I really want to talk on talk on this situation because I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So 7 minutes 43. Okay, here we go. Let me see if nope, I'm not muted. Cool. All right. This was such a shit show. Like, she like talks about how
he would see in this country. We saw revival.
She's like, we saw revival. We saw like people open up their Bibles for the first times and years and blah 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 blah, and like then
this past week we saw people open a Bible for the first time in a decade. We saw people pray for the first time since they were children. We saw people go to a church service for the first time in their entire lives.
She has an onion in that thing. She's not crying. Look at that. She's not even crying. She's not even crying.
Charlie liked to journal. And I say this because he did it to remember important moments and sayings that affected him. And one of the things he wrote in his journal was this.
I might have missed it.
Every time you make a decision, It puts a mark on your soul.
So, the decisions that he made had a lot of marks on his fucking soul. Oh, you bastard thing. Let me... Hold on, I got this. Ah! Nope. There we go. Add to block list. Anyways, I think I wrote down the timestamp wrong. Did I write the timestamp wrong? I think it was over here, maybe. Hold on. I got it. Sorry, guys.
This past week, we saw people open a Bible.
Nope, it was... okay, so anyway, she's like, we didn't see any riots. We didn't see any blah, 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 blah. And I was like, sure, you didn't see any fucking riots, but look at what they did to this fucking lot. That's all left, by the way. So I'm sitting here going, oh, so you guys are saying, like, you're not trashing the place or doing anything. That sure as fuck looks trash to me, babes. Like, just piles of trash that they left. And, like, a ton of them left their seats around and just left them. I think that's the last one on that one. But, yeah, there's so, like, trash pile after trash pile. I can't blow that one up. Why? But yeah, like, trash pile after trash pile after trash pile. I'm just like, bro. So you're sitting here saying that, like, oh, we don't riot, we don't do this. Yet here's, like, they just absolutely fucking destroyed that area. It's so nasty. Yeah, she used to work for Trump. It seems a little weird. And then 2132. This was so hard to get through. It was so fucking hard to get through, dudes. It was so stupid. I think that she, like, it shows the crowd. The crowd is crying more than she is. And I was like, yo.
That young man.
Oh, God, this. Look at this.
That young man. On the cross, our Savior said, Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do.
Like, every time she's looking up, I'm like, bitch, you're just doing that to, like, try to get yourself to cry.
I forgive him.
Girl. When my cats passed away, look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at this shit. There are people, like, in the crowd that are, like, crying more than her. There are people out there crying way harder than her. She is... This, to me, look at... This lady's crying. This lady's crying. That's tears. Tell me you're faking it without telling me. Like, that, like, you can see that she's got, like, a little bit right here. But I can't even tell if that's because she's, like, patting her eyes and maybe there's, like, the tear stick. Like, she had wiped some tear stick on it, because that, to me, looks like a tear stick smudge. Because it leaves, like, a little bit of, what do you call it? Hey, Kaiju! Like, a little residue on your eye to, like, glimmer it. Like, that, to me, that's what that looks like. Because she's not... It just isn't... Her sniffles, dry. Dry as the Sahara Desert. And she could be on Xanax. But I'm going to tell you right now, when I was on Xanax, after my cat had passed away, my first cat, and even my second one, I was goddamn inconsolable. And I was thinking about it today, and I broke down. And I'm going to not think about it right now, because I will break down again. And I'm like, I would not be able to do this shit, nor would I ever want to come out on stage with pyrotechnics, the likes of which fucking Rammstein has. Like, the absolute craziness of her coming out, like, I don't even know, it's not on there, but, you have fucking, that to me just isn't, it's not the thing. And what really was like, to me, I know I'm gonna probably talk about this more too because it's 6:45 or whatever, and I have the other one, but like, I know you guys have probably seen this shit. She went to lean in to kiss him in the mouth. Like, did you guys see that? Watch. She stopped. She stopped. Right there, mouth to mouth, baby. She stopped. Kiss, stop. That pause tells me everything I need to know. That pause tells me everything. That pause tells me everything. Thank you so much for the comment, Nemesis. She's a liar. And a gold digger. So, but yeah, no, she's on board. She did some fuck shit. Look at this. They're fucking. They're fucking. For sure. Without question. That right there tells me everything. Everything I need to know. Yeah, it's hard to be sad whenever she's made millions off of his death. Billions, actually. Billions off of his death. And now she's in charge of Turning Point. Interesting. Interesting how she was a millionaire by herself and knew Trump, and Trump was the one who set them up together. Interesting. Interesting. That to me, even this like look that they had, like this screams that they're fucking. That stop, that like whatever, the not crying, the seemingly like, yeah, sent $5 million in the first couple of days. $5 million. And by the way, did you know that one of the children in the school shooting that happened at the same fucking time, one of the children is still alive and in critical condition and will be permanently disabled for the rest of his life. And they are seeing him as he's going to survive this, but his mom is going to have to take care of him for the rest of her life. And their GoFundMe hasn't raised nearly enough. Not nearly enough. So you sit here and tell me that she deserves that money? She doesn't deserve shit. She doesn't deserve shit. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Disappear into the fucking ether. Take care of your fucking kids instead of worrying about Turning Point or getting $5 billion on your fucking grift. It's disgusting. And if you're going to cry, bitch, put a tear stick on the whole time and actually do a cry. Because I just was like, not even. But yeah, Evergreen, they won't say it. Yep. My heart breaks for that parent that has to, and that child who is now disabled for the rest of his life. They're not expecting him to ever be able to take care of it. I don't know the exact way, like, disability that's going to come from this, but it's bad enough that they're saying that he's going to have to be taken care of for the rest of his life because of a school shooter. Yeah, we're doing all this shit. We're giving this motherfucker his own statue. They're trying to put his statue up in colleges. He's a college dropout. He doesn't deserve it. Those children, all the children that have died in all these fucking school shootings, they deserve their own statue. They deserve all the money, all the $5 million that these fucking people donated. These are fake Christians. They're not real Christians. They're fake. And she's fucking Trump. Like, it's insane. It's insane. It absolutely pisses me the fuck off that these people are acting like this is such a shock. That, and she was talking about how I had to look at my husband and the thing, and then she was like, and there his little gray hair was that I never wanted to tell him about. I'm sorry, Charlie, I have to tell you now. And she was like laughing about it, and like, parents have to do that for their children after they're shot in schools. Children. So don't give me a sad sob story about how your husband, who said that children should die of gun violence because it makes it worth it for the Second Amendment. And then not like, this whole situation is so abhorrent that I can't even imagine what the families and the parents of children that have died in like an astronomical amount of school shootings. And that's not even counting the churches, the black churches that have been shot up. That's not counting like any other Pulse nightclub. All of this, and all of these victims have to watch this. Despicable. I spit on their graves. I spit on their graves. Disgusting. But we're going to introduce we're going to introduce anti-corn laws so we can protect the kids more. Oh, what kids? Her kids? She ain't protecting them either. Like, are you fucking kidding me? She's not protecting them. She ain't doing shit. If her kids get shot up in a school shooting, are they gonna do the same thing that they're doing with Charlie Kirk? Huh? I'm not saying that I want that. Jesus fucking Christ. The kids, out of everybody in this, I feel sorry for her two kids. That's it. I don't feel sorry that they don't have, like, a shit dad anymore, but I see that they have a shit mom that's fucking Trump. So, like, I don't know. Those poor kids. All around. Those poor kids. Everybody else can fuck off. I really don't care. So, it's insane to me that these parents have to watch this happen. It's angering. It's angering. It's despicable. And they're fucking. Like, fucking. 1,000% doing it. So nasty. I can't. I love how a person's like, she's grieving. She's not grieving. She's not grieving. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at her. She's not grieving. She's fucking. She's been banging that motherfucker. So, like, good for Melania. She probably doesn't have to do anything. And also, good job, girl. Like, he shit himself, by the way. He was late to his press conference because he shit himself, quite literally. He shit himself. According to sources. And according to, like, various people being like, that's why he was, like, late. And I was like, yeah, that's not surprising. He's incontinent. He's been incontinent for a while. Saying that he's never done drugs, my ass. You were a big name in the 80s, bitch. The 80s ate most of the coke. I think we finally replenished the cocaine stock. But I think that the 80s ate the cocaine for a while. It was gone. Yeah. A memorial for a leading cause of gun legislation that never gets put on the table. Yep. She's not grieving. She's fucking. Yeah. You can't, listen, You can't grieve whenever you've gotten off one dude and gotten underneath another one. Trust me, I know. Like, out of everybody, trust me, I know. Yeah, but Melania is happy for any woman that pulls his attention away from her. Exactly. Like, I'm 99% sure that she is a sex worker, has been a sex worker.
Hey there, demons. It's
Oh my
me.
God, where did you come from?
Rasmer, thank you so much for the follow. So yeah, he's not a true hero. He's a pussy ass bitch boy. Just like his wife, who's fucking
Hey there,
drunk.
demons. It's me.
So yeah,
Your boy.
No, definitely not. Anyways, yeah, I think Melania is a sex worker, and she's been a sex worker, and because that's why every time that she's like getting like disappeared from public view, they always redo their her like not like for divorce or whatever, like the paperwork for that, like she'll get X amount of money, blah 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 blah, but like, you know, do that such and such. So, you know, I sure, if you want to live in your Delulu land, that's fine, you can. But thank you for the follow, and thank you for the comments. It helps put me out to more people. Anyways, so yeah, I know that you don't believe that. So, anyways, are you kidding me? White people are the worst. We don't deserve to be on this planet. Period. End of discussion. We deserve to be outnumbered and done with. You want to get crazy? We'll get crazy. But yeah, let's find... This is where I need my mods. Fuck. That's fine. I'll just do it myself. But yeah, if you want to be like that, if you think that white people are supreme, you're out of your fucking mind. We can't even go outside without burning. We have the worst genetics, period, of any other race. We are the absolute... White people destroyed this planet, and the planet is better off without white people. Period. End of discussion. Well, cis white people. If you want to get nasty. And inbred, Riles are... Oh, no, you're not on Twitch, so let me just do a little of this. I love how someone that's white thinks that they're better than other people, which is so fucking wild to me. Because truth be told, we ain't shit. You know what I mean? We ain't shit. We can't dance. We can't create. We steal everything from everyone else. Creator dashboard. There we go. We literally are the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. So you're sitting here pretending like we're better? We should have been, like, genetically gone. The white replacement thing should have happened a long time ago. I like going out in the sun, and I just can't because I'm fucking white. Where in the fuck is the thing at? Community, roles, analytics. I literally can't. Oh, there it is. There it is. You're not going to do... You can't even do shit, bitch. And... ban. I meant every word of that, by the way. White men can't jump. Can't. Mostly our morals. We don't have morals as a race. So, we're the ones that genocided everyone on this planet. And whenever I say we should have been replaced a long time ago, I deeply mean that. We are the worst. We literally are the ones that genocide. We take credit for everybody else. We literally abuse and just destroy every other nationality and race. We're disgusting. We've always been that way. Christopher Columbus Where have we been for the past 600 years? You know what I mean? Like, there's some of us that are fighting the good fight. Hello. Most of these people right here, all these people so far, but, like, other than that one, but, like, we're not good. We've never been good, and we've never had our shit rocked enough to make us not be assholes. You're a champion troll. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm like, you can't come at me with that shit because, like, yeah. Oh, I just noticed that one too. I'm like, you don't want to pour. I want, bro. People that are like that, I'm just like, yeah, this is the exact. See, and just be like, this is why I say that we should have been replaced a long time ago. Fucking hell, it's because we're trash. We are trash. I know it. I've lived it. I live it now. That's true. Goodness. Sorry, everybody. Didn't think they were gonna get that fucking racist with it, but here we are. Can't bring white people anywhere, I swear to God. I swear to God. Anyway. Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk's ex-wife are definitely fucking. Back to that subject, because that's a fun one. My God. Do you think he shits while he, like... Oh, no. No! No. Jen, don't ask those questions. You don't want the answer. You don't want the answer. You don't want the answer. All right. Millionaires, absolutely. Like, at this point, billionaires are the absolute shit. Kimmel is kind of back. Supposedly there is a whole thing about how certain stations are still not going to play him, etc., etc. So, I don't know. He might have knocked up Laura Loomer. I know that she would want to be, I'm sure. Laura Loomer, Jesus Christ. Her racist ass. Posting, like, terrible tweets. Terrible fucking tweets. And I'm like, girl, you know that they're gonna kill you first, right? You know that. Like, they're going after Kash Patel, and then they're going after you. Like, you know what I mean? That's... How did they not know that?
Oh my God, where did you come from?
Your boy.
Riles! Thank you. Thank you. The mythical Twitch. Yeah. It is mythical. God. But I'm sorry for that, motherfucker. Sorry for being a little hateful. Whenever you get a little crazy on me, I'll get a little crazy on you and be like, did I totally mean every single white person should die? Probably not. Probably not. No. I'm like, please, God, take me out. I don't want to pay taxes anymore. I don't want to pay them anymore. But for real, though, I firmly believe that we are the biggest problem in the world. Period. Because, like, a lot of stuff goes back to us trying to create a divide between other races. So, like, a lot of the racism between, like, certain races, like, just like for example, but like I don't know, two different Hispanic groups. I don't know if that's even a thing that's happening, but I'm sure it is. But a lot of that divide is created by white people to keep them separated, from keeping them from being able to rise up against us. Because the more white people, like, in power separate each class and each divide, that's how they keep us from doing everything. So, like, for me, I always will say that, like, out of all the races, we are the problematic ones. We are the ones that our only culture is genocide. So, Rowdy, I really wish that they'd give me that level of attention. Because what's going to happen is they're going to be like, this bitch is talking shit, blah, 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 blah. And then all their followers are going to go, oh, I can see her butthole for $7 or for $8? Subscribe. Like, you can see my butthole. Those boys aren't going to show you theirs. Nor would you want to see it because I know that they have dingleberries. But mine doesn't. Mine doesn't. $8 a month, baby. Anyways. Yeah, Hitler got a lot of his ideas from America. We literally imported racism to the rest of the world. And a lot of the shit that's happening in other countries that is like, it's imported from the United States. All the shit that they're doing is imported from us, which is white people in charge. So like, like there's some of us that get it, and the ones of us that get it, we know who we're talking about and who we're not. You know what I mean? Like whenever people are like, especially people that are people of color, and they'll talk about it and they're like, all white people just need to go the fuck away, but you know who I'm not talking about. And it's like, oh yeah, you're not talking about me, because I'm like trying to, like, I actively read and try to like understand other cultures and the way that they run and meet people and try to understand that like a lot of the shit that I was taught as a child was racist. And that's why I, like, for the longest time, I was saying, like, no, we're not born racist. We're not raised racist. We are. It's inherent. Because even little things that your parents do while you are a baby impacts the way that you see the world. If your parents are not up to speed and aren't, like, actively trying to unlearn a lot of these behaviors, they pass them on to their kid. It is true that we're all, like, all white people are racist until we unlearn that shit. And there's a lot of unlearning. There's a lot of things that I'll say, and then a friend of mine will be like, you can't say that. And I'm like, fuck. What? Oh, God. Oh, let me look this up and, like, do the thing. And, yeah. He did absolutely study American racism. And I'll be honest, like, I learned that recently. And I don't want to say that I cried, but I did cry because I was like, I was so mad. I was so mad that I had to, or that like everything about this country that I thought was true was false, and it was a lie, and it was a narrative that was fed to me because a lot of our history and things are whitewashed or, you know, just taken out completely. Like in school, I never was taught that Hitler learned racism from America and from Jim Crow South and from all these things. And if I would have known that from the jump, there was a lot of things that I feel like I would have started to realize way earlier in life and would have been a better friend and a better ally to the Black and brown community instead of becoming more racist and then having to unlearn even more. You know what I mean? There was a lot of things that I learned and had to unlearn that if I would have not just taken everything at face value, I wouldn't have learned in the first place. I don't know. Like, there's so much that it really irks me about our race that, like, and I'll see shit like the Charlie Kirk stuff and whatever stuff, and it just makes me want to rip my skin off my body because of how abhorrent some people can act and be. Like, the privilege that we saw there, and then the privilege that I talked about, oh, just go back in the closet. There are so many things that people need to get out of their fucking bubble and unlearn. Oh, I just want all, you know, what did this motherfucker say? Soon we will destroy the non-whites. I think it's funny because that person isn't what they would consider a white. That person would be one of the people that would go in the camps too. Hilarious. Anyways, I don't want to deport them anymore. I want them gone. With that statement, it doesn't, you're such an infant for not understanding the way that our country even runs. White people won't plow and get into the fields and do the hard labor. White people aren't going to do that. We're lazy as fuck. We're lazy as fuck. Ask me to do that. No. Nope. I can't. I'm not doing it. Are you kidding me? I'm lazy as fuck. Are you kidding me? There are so many things that I'm lazy with. But ask any white person if they're willing to do the jobs of any laborer, day laborer, or immigrant that comes to this country that tries to work their ass off just to make dollars to either send back to their family, which is fine. People that get pissy about that, fuck off. Get out of here. That's like you going to a different state to work and coming and sending money back home to your family. That, to me, that's the exact same concept. I don't care. Whatever you have to do to survive in this hellscape of a globe, because of globally, there's a lot of bullshit globally. So anything that you can do to keep your family alive, safe, happy, and healthy, I don't give a fuck if you're sending money back home. I don't give a fuck. He was a tumor upon humanity. If he preached differently, if he literally was like, if he didn't run a whole thing with like, oh, I'm gonna debate you, but then he stacks the odds in his favor, and then on top of that, he doesn't care. He never cared to change his mind. There was no changing mind. That whole concept was false. He was being intellectually and emotionally dishonest with everyone around him. He was a liar. He was being dishonest with everyone that was around him. That is not Christian faith. Christian faith is being able to look at something, look at the facts, because facts not feelings, but looking at the facts and going, oh shit, I'm wrong. This is actually the correct thing. If you are not emotionally and mentally capable of being like, if information gets presented differently, then that's fine. And that motherfucker that was on here literally can look up anything, statistics about immigrants that come to America, and knowing that they don't get all these bonus benefits and shit that we get because they have to have a social security number. Guess what? They don't have one. It's so simple, but that person is so inept and so incompetent that, like, they don't even care to look that shit up. And that's why I say we're the worst race. Period. Period. Because you literally have Google at your fingertips, you dumb shit, and you can't even do that? Well? Bitch. The caucasity of it all. The absolute caucasity of it all. And yes, there are other people in history that have, like, decimated other people and have done horrible things and horrendous shit to other races. However, we kind of are taking first place on that one. We're kind of taking first place on that one. And that all proved it. So it's, I don't know, man. Like, people need to get off their high horse and thinking that, like, they're superior to another person, especially whenever this, you know? People and such and things. That's what we're doing. Everyone. Just everyone in general. I'm like, oh God, here we go again. Everybody. Rowdy, Shane. I don't know. Is Leia still in here? Is everybody still in here? Kaiju? You guys, should we put the thing. Oh my god, I was talking to Abby yesterday, and I said something like, I was getting ready to say something like, that the whole Republican Party is gay because of, like, and I was like, oh yeah, and Grindr went down, blah, 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 blah. And I looked at Abby, and I was like, put your seatbelt on, and he looks at me, and I was like, what did I just tell you? Put your seatbelt on. And he's like, I was like, thank you. Safety first. And he was like, what the fuck, Jen? What the fuck? And I was like, I can't help it. If I tell you to put your seatbelt on, put it on. You need some filters? No, fuck that. Nah. Not on this mug. Nope. At first I thought you said fillers, and I was like, it's not time for that yet. It's not time for that. Put your seatbelt on. Safety by choice, not by chance. It's an important lesson to learn in life. Safety by choice, not by chance. I have a piece of glitter right there. Nope, it's on there forever now. Anyways, it is 7:15. It is cutting it close into the time period of me needing to go on Figure Fight Club. So if you are on YouTube, definitely go check out Figure Fight Club. If you're not on YouTube, go check out Figure Fight Club on YouTube. Do what Jenna says or face the consequences. Ugh. Facts. Put on the seatbelt. If I'm like, put on the seatbelt, buds, like, I'm gonna say some fuck shit. I didn't ask for everyone to put on their seatbelts after I was like, no, we're the fucking worst, you asshole. We're the ones that shouldn't be here. Like, get the fuck out. Should have had you guys put on your seatbelt, but he was getting a little fucking weird, so I was like, let's get weirder. Hold on, will it actually do it?
Oh my god, where did you come from?
Hello, demons. It's me,
Not that one.
your boy.
Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Ooh, it's 1 a.m. Oh yeah, no, it's 7 p.m. over here. I was like, oh, there it is. Hold on.
Let's get weird.
So I'm a little sorry for saying earlier, but about 69%. Oh, of course, Leia. Of course. Sorry that motherfucker was being racist in my thing, and everybody had to see that shit, because it's what? Like, white people are the better ones? History says different. True history says different. Anyways, I love you all. I'm going to jump off here to get ready for the other stream. If you're not following me on my other social medias, please do. JennaSayWhat.com/links. You'll find all the links in the description. And, yeah, give me a follow on other platforms if you're not following me there. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Hopefully we won't have a racist in here again. But as I have more followings, that could possibly happen. So you never know. Yeah, let's get weird. It's from Workaholics. It's a great show if you haven't seen it. But yeah, anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, stay safe. Fuck ICE. Free Palestine. Keep your head on a swivel because you never know. People are getting a little cray-cray out in this. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, Sweden. How does that feel to have insurance? Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Anyways, have a great night, guys. Stay safe out there. Love you. Bye.